Sacked Transnet CEO Siyabonga Gama will still get his salary for the next 6 months. He's expected to receive more than 3 million rand for doing nothing. The parastatal's board dismissed him with immediate effect, but says it has a contractual obligation to pay him for the notice period. Gama is implicated in corruption and maladministration relating to a multi-billion rand locomotive deal. Transnet board member Edward Kieswetter says Gama was fired because Transnet lost confidence in his ability to lead the parastatal. Well, eNCA's Shahan Ramkissoon spoke to Kieswetter.
The board is entitled to terminate the CEO's employment relationship based on certain prescriptions. The contract therefore allows for a notice period of 6 months. As is normally the practice with a senior executive, it serves the interests of the company best that that individual be removed and no longer present, so that we can return the company to stability and revitalize its operations as is required. And for that reason, the practice would be that the individual is no longer required during that notice period to report for duty.
Which still gets paid.
Which effectively means that the termination notice was served yesterday. The termination comes into effect today, but with the payment in lieu of 6 months' notice.
So he does get paid for 6 months. How much money does he get paid per month?
Well, it would be calculated based on his annual package, and it would be a 6-month pro rata.
Okay, so is it a couple of million? Because this is taxpayers' money that we're talking about in a parastatal that's already accused of wasting billions of taxpayers' money.
Well, Mr. Gama's remuneration is in the public domain, and so yes, it's a few million.
Why do you have to make that 6 months notice period a thing now when you have proof from investigations implicating him in a corruption and maladministration when it comes to a 54 billion rand locomotive deal?
So just slow down there. The reason why the board took the decision to terminate the contract is a loss of confidence that the CEO is able to fulfill his duties given the current context, given the allegations that are made, which also implicates him. The board respects the fact that there is a process.
Meanwhile, Transnet says it'll look for an interim CEO this week, and that's despite the looming legal bid in which Gama will challenge his sacking. The board says it's in the best interest of the parastatal to hire someone now, even if it comes at a cost.
So during this week, the board will consider possible candidates to fill in on a short basis the role of CEO, to bring certainty and stability into the organization, which is very important for us. And then to start the hard recruitment role of finding a permanent replacement. And that will formally be launched this week as well.
Ultimately, it means you're going to be paying 2 CEO salaries for the next 6 months. And people will again argue it's a waste of taxpayers' money.
Well, so what are the alternatives, Shahan? The alternative is to have a protracted period where that can continue, as we have seen from other processes, for months, if not years. And we believe ultimately it is in the board's, in the company's best interest for the board to evaluate and balance a number of factors. And for us, of primary importance right now is the well-being of the company.